Hi, and welcome back to the Lock Around the Clock for Week 3. Last week we were 2-1 on the season against the spread. We were 5-3, and let's roll it this week. I'm coming to you a little bit early because we have an extra game, the Thursday night game, to give to you. So getting on with the Thursday night game, Andy Reid makes his triumphant return to the city of brotherly love, and we get to look at that offense of Kansas City go against this really pretty bad defense of Philadelphia. It is a bad defense because it's a bad defense, but it's also a bad defense because it's on the field tremendously long during games when this Chip Kelly offense is cranking down the field like that. Now, in this game, the total is 50.5. I see this again going way over. So far, all the Eagles games have gone over, and this one should be no exception with the high-powered offense of Andy Reid on the other side of the ball coming into Philly. Let's take the over in the Thursday night game, 50.5. Now, moving on to Sunday to the 1 o'clock lock. Minnesota is at home taking on Cleveland Brown. A Cleveland Brown team without Brandon Weeden, who really was not effective at all with Brandon Weeden. Now they got hometown favorite Hoyer in there to sling the pigskin. We'll expect to see a lot of Richardson, which is great for fantasy owners this week, I hope. But I don't see them having enough to defeat this Minnesota team. And Minnesota is only as good as Adrian Peterson offensively is going to take them, and I think that's going to be far in this game. Plus, the defense for Minnesota has really been stepping it up, and this is a feast game for the defense of Minnesota. They're laying 5.5. Take Minnesota, lay the 5.5. That's the 1 o'clock lock. On the 4 o'clock, we have the Buffalo Bills coming into New Jersey, Giants Stadium. You know the deal. They're playing at MetLife Stadium, and I see this team's going to come down to, again, quarterbacks and better personnel. Better personnel is clearly on the Buffalo Bills side. The quarterback with E.J. Manuel, clearly the better quarterback, who has won games in the last seconds with his arm as opposed to using his head, diving out of bounds, getting pushed by a defender for the win when the Jets beat the Bucs that game. I definitely don't put a lot in Geno Smith. Bilal Powell and this offense, as far as running the ball, is horrible. On the other side, you got Spiller and Jackson, not to mention Stevie Johnson has just been on fire, and I look for that trend to continue here. The Buffalo Bills are getting 2.5 at MetLife from the Jets, which is just amazing. But the Bills are the better team, and they're clearly going to walk out here with a win and a cover. Take the Bills at 4 o'clock. That's the 4 o'clock lock. On to the 8 o'clock lock, we have the Chicago Bears at the Big Ketchup Bottle playing Pittsburgh, who really just doesn't look like Pittsburgh. I don't know who they look like, but they look horrible. And against Cincinnati, if you think Cincinnati has a high-powered offense, well, Cutler and the Bears have really come alive under Trestman. You've seen it in these last couple of games. They've been able to take a game over at any given time, it seems, with Cutler and that offense. Brandon Marshall looking tremendous like these two used to look in Denver. And Pittsburgh, their defense is just not ready for a game like this. They weren't ready for Andy Dalton and company. This is going to be much of a harder offensive task, not to mention that the defense of the Bears is pretty darn good. And the Steelers' offense is their own worst defense. I mean, the offense for the Steelers is just, it's not moving anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Isaac Redman is not the answer, clearly. And Roethlisberger just doesn't look like Roethlisberger under this Haley offense. And him and the OC coordinator there, Haley, have been in, I think, butting heads, and that's not good for this offense. Take the Bears. Lay the 2.5, and that is it for Week 3. Take it to the book, take it to the bank, and as always, we'll see you in Week 4. Take it easy. Uh-oh, and how could I forget? I am so sorry. My good friends and sponsors at LouDogs.com, how could I have left you out this year? Very simply. But anyway, I'm plugging you guys. This is it, man. I'm sorry. LouDogs.com. Get in there. Check out their free rolls. Check out all their different they had games and comps and all kinds of great stuff and free rolls on the site for football season, for college. Great boards to read in there. Awesome. Check it out. LouDogs.com. Today. Go there now. Check it out.